Okay, we're going through a diagnostics on this thing. We had to pull all the insulators off the wires. This is a TBI, 1999. I think it's all up to upper 2000s. And we have a start and stall, no timing. Everything is out of range. Spray is terrible, dumps fuel, tears your eyes out. It's just a mess, and it's on 8 degrees timing. So what we did is I'm going to show you how to get codes out of this thing without a scan tool in about 2 minutes, and I'm going to show you what the codes led us to. And a lot of people are replacing all the parts in this thing, like TPS and everything. And we're down to one thing. We're going to start it tomorrow and find out. So you take your OBD1 connector and you jump out the 2 bottom leads. Now look at this connector. See the thing on the top? See the 2 bottom leads in my really dirty fingers? Alright, so these get jumped out. This is years ago they used to do this on the trucks. It's called flash codes. And we'll get a test light on one of these leads. You're going to see where the test light goes. And you're going to watch this thing flash, and I'm going to count the numbers with you. This is really interesting. Now remember, your test light has to be on the positive lead. This is a ground light that's going to come on, not a power light. So you go on full-time power. This is ignition. This is our jump out with our key ignition. Or you go to ignition on. And you bring it over. I have it wired up like this. This is just a piece of solder, and I got it stuck in that hole. So we turn the key on, and that's your check engine light. It goes out. Remember, like it did. 1, 1, 2. That's code 12. That means there's nothing right now. Okay? That's 12, right? You should do it 3 times. That's 12. Now here comes your codes. 14. You should do it 3 times. 14. And that's 14. Now here comes the next code. That's 2. 21. 3 times. 21. 21. Here comes the next code. 22. 22. This thing actually has 4 codes. 2. Okay, 22 is your second code, third code. Another one, 23. This one actually is. That's 23. Let this one go. We're going to go through all the codes. There's one more after this one. 23. 23. The last one I think is 34, is it? Yeah, 30. Yeah, 34. And after this, it's going to go back to 12, meaning it's over. 3. 34. And of course, 3 times. 34. Now, to me, this computer is definitely getting signals. This ECM is not really a problem. We'll never flash these codes. And it's 1, 2 again. 1, 1, 2. The issue with this thing is these codes are saying it's this, which is your temperature sensor. It comes up as this map over here, that's the next code, and it comes up as TPS. And the 34 is some sort of timing issue thing it all relates to. What we found is, we went through this entire harness. We found corrosion here, where all these are fixed. Really bad green corrosion. And a wire that actually broke right off, but that wire happened to go to the alternator. Didn't do anything, still runs the same. So now I came down to, there's two other things. You got field pressure, which is actually good. And then we got something to do with our module, our ignition module, which actually gets a signal to send back, to send these injectors a rate spray. This is a brand new rotor, and one of these right out of the box were bent. Came by and crashed into this. When I saw that, I thought I was going to have a home run, straighten it out, and it'll work. If you come to think of it, I think the damage was done. So, this brand new rotor is out of there, and we happen to have another boat outside with the same exact setup. I used that rotor, and I used this module. It's late at night right now, I cannot start it up. Maybe the next video will show this thing will be solved. Right now, we don't know. But that's how you get your codes out of these TBIs and also multi-port. You just go to the connector, jump it out like this, and you put your test light in that one right there, which is the bottom one. And this is now your check engine light. If you really want to, and this is your own boat, all you have to do is find a way to do a switch up in the dashboard to make it ground out, these two, and run a line all the way up there in ground cable. And if we get a positive from the dashboard right to this thing, and then this light pops on, your check engine light just came on. Simple as that. So it does its old bulb test like this. So guarantee when this thing is running, check engine light is on. So if we take out the jumper for not getting codes and just leave a check engine light on, oops, the light is on. When I start this thing up, the light stays on. It goes out for a second just when you start, just like a real car, and the light's on. This thing has a check engine light on for sure. Also, I will show you the way to get these things started. You know, I got this key here. It's only just key on and start. It's only 3 wires. One goes to full-time battery, which is the bottom of the starter. The other one wants to go to its ignition, always purple. Don't go to the coil because it won't put on this relay, which is your ignition relay. It still will start, but you don't know if it's doing the right thing. So you go right to ignition. I have this clamp on here. These are the double clamps because the other one's for the check engine light. So I got an ignition clamped on to the key on. And then starter, it's simple. Go right to the solenoid over here underneath this Mercruser. And it goes to the solenoid. It's the yellow wire. Always the yellows are the ones that set it off to start. Or you can go to the starter down there, to that solenoid where that yellow wire is. I go over here because they're right next to each other. And it should kick over and run.